Good morning, Mocs. Welcome back to FSCTV News. I'm Isabel Lopez.
And I'm Emily Dressel. From the relocation of the President's House to the Canadian lacrosse experience, there's a lot to discuss. So let's get into it. This is your campus news.
The President's House located between Nicholas and Wesley has sat vacant since 2017. This past December, it was announced that preservationist Gregory Fancelli plans to relocate the structure across Lake Hollingsworth Drive and restore it as a private residence. Fancelli has previously relocated the former Tudor house that has now become the restaurant Cobb and Penn. Officials have confirmed that the preservation team is currently in the planning process, making it unlikely for this project to fall through. The residents hosted presidential families, student gatherings, and campus events for 9 decades before President Ann Kerr moved out in 2017 due to ongoing deterioration. Prior to President Kerr's move, there was already discussions about what to do with the home. President for Business Affairs and Finance, Terry Dennis, explained that the college didn't want to renovate the building for the next president if they weren't even going to be living there. Quote, "There were some pretty high costs to change the interior, bring it up to current codes, and make it something new President would want to move into. Do we spend a fortune fixing it and then not have anyone who wants to live right in the middle of campus?" End quote.
It was decided that the President's House would receive touch-ups, but be moved off campus and made available for anyone to purchase. Homes at 14 and 16 Lake Hollingsworth Drive were demolished in late 2025 to make space for the property's new purpose. Plans for what to do with the space the house currently occupies on campus are currently undecided. Dennis believes that either an academic building or a residential space would make sense, but the likelihood of a parking garage is unlikely. Quote, "I'm not saying a parking garage would never work, but if one were built, it would probably be behind another building, so drivers along the lake wouldn't see it." End quote. For now, there is no confirmed relocation date for the property. If the move is successful, the relocation will preserve one of Florida Southern's most recognizable historic structures while opening the door for new possibilities for the campus's largest remaining green space.
The nominees for the 98th Oscars Academy Awards were announced on January 22nd, where records were broken and a few surprise picks were chosen. Ryan Coogler's Sinners set a new record for most nominations of 16 out of the 17 possible categories. The previous record holder was a three-way tie between All About Eve, Titanic, and La La Land, with 14 nominations each. Marty Supreme, despite releasing near the end of 2025, was considered eligible for this year's Academy Awards, where the film is eligible for 9 awards. Surprisingly, Wicked for Good failed to receive any attention after the first film had 10 nominations and won for Best Costume Design and Best Production Design. The Oscars will be hosted by comedian Conan O'Brien on Sunday, March 15 at 7 p.m. on ABC and Hulu.
Hi Mocs, I'm Tiana Blount here to give you a look at next week's weather. We're going to be leaving behind the cold weather we've been feeling this week and getting back into our normal Florida temperatures with an average low of 60 and an average high of 80. As the temperatures increase, so will the UV index, which is currently sitting at 2, will get up to 7 later next week. It's also looking that there'll be mostly sunny skies as we're heading into spring break. Back to you guys in the studio.
At FSC, it's not unusual to hear different accents on the lacrosse field. But for Luke Hallrichbright and Wade Jamieson, lacrosse isn't just a college sport. It's something they have been around almost their entire lives. Canada is closely associated with hockey, but that's not their only major sport. Lacrosse was officially recognized as Canada's national summer sport in 1994 under the National Sports of Canada Act. Bright, who's originally from Vancouver, played both hockey and lacrosse until his 8th grade year, where he decided to solely focus on lacrosse. He also pointed out how lacrosse is seen in the U.S. as a preppy, high-class sport. But in Canada, it's almost the exact opposite, where it's seen as closer to hockey in style and attitude. Jamieson, who also grew up in Vancouver, spoke about the strength of lacrosse culture and how it continues to grow with the success of his local National Lacrosse League and with more Canadian players heading to the U.S. for college opportunities. While lacrosse was popular in his area, Jamieson said his high school program didn't receive much funding or recognition. It felt more like an intramural sport than a true varsity program. He believes that investing more into high school lacrosse could be a major step in growing the game further in Canada. Now playing at Florida Southern, Bright and Jamieson bring their Canadian lacrosse background with them. From indoor box leagues in Vancouver to college competition in Florida, their journey reflects how Canada's national summer sport continues to be one of the fastest growing sports in the world.
The long-anticipated live music event, Southern Takeover, was held earlier this month on Valentine's Day. Our correspondent Ben Ruby was on the scene and is here to tell us about all the fun he got up to.
I'm Ben Ruby, and I'm here today at Branscombe Memorial Auditorium, this year's venue for Southern Takeover.
Each year, students from all over campus join together for Southern Takeover, a traditional concert event organized by the Association of Campus Entertainment.
Southern Takeover is a really important event to our campus. It's an annual tradition at this point. I mean, we have hundreds and hundreds of kids come out every year for it. We have a lot of different artists that have changed up by the year, kind of based on what's popular, what we're able to do. I think it's really great to have those kind of activities that can bring us all together as a community and that make us kind of celebrate our love of music as a collective on campus.
This year's artist was NKTO, a pop hip-hop duo made up of Malcolm Kelly and Tony Oler. They first met while acting on the Nickelodeon show Gigantic. In 2014, they became widely known for their hit song Classic, which climbed pop charts around the world. MKTO is known for catchy melodies, hip-hop beats, and lyrics about ambition, growing up, and looking back on the past. Their unique style helped them stand out in the hip-hop scene of the 2010s. In addition to the main concert, the event also features fun activities for attendees, such as live karaoke, free giveaways, free food, and other fun activities with friends. As if that's not already enough, an Instagram contest prior to the event allowed students to enter their name to win a backstage tour with the band. Here's what one winner had to say about the experience.
I know a lot of people didn't know MKTO coming into this, but I did listen to them when I was a lot younger, like in middle and high school. So the fact that I was able to get VIP for this was just really special. I'm really happy that I was able to get to do this. It was really well organized from like ACE and everything. So it went so well. It honestly was perfect.
Southern Takeover is a campus tradition that exemplifies Florida Southern's prioritization of the liberal arts and music. Now back to the studio.
That's all for this edition of FSCTV News. Once again, I'm Emily Dressel.
And I'm Isabel Lopez. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.